Here we go. Got a puck drop ready to go. Goes back to the defense. That's Iojack for the Blue Devils. Passed up to Hoyt. Hoyt loses it. Noble taps it ahead. Roan battling for it. Puck goes back to Iojack. Iojack. Try-slice pass over to hit his outlet, but then went by. That's a... Roan gets it swiped away by Welch. Welch moving in on a backhand, shoots on Menard. Menard sends it back to the boards. That's first shot on goal. Menard handles early on, about 30 seconds into the game. That's Jarvis getting poked away, and Noble knocks that one. It goes down in the corner. Battle for it down in the corner. And it comes up the board. Chenard racing towards it. Raked out of the zone. Chenard stays with it. That's Merrick. Backhanded it up to Newton. Newton at the red line and wiped away by Jarvis. Sent to the boards by Noble. Noble back deep with Jarvis. Cross ice pass just out of reach of Newton. Goes into the boards where Eunice fires it at Menard, and Menard directs it. That was a nice save by Menard, getting down on that, tracking that through traffic. Puck's sitting loose, and racing in was Welch. And Welch almost took that away, and here he does. Welch moves around. Noble moving in on Menard. And Menard. And a goal by the Blue Devils. Up and over Menard's pad. Right-hand side of Menard. So that goal comes with 10:28 left in the first period. Blue Devils on top. 1-0. Welch moves in against Rogers. Welch moves it in. Welch, Steer knocks it out. Puck goes up to the point. Knocked back down. Steer racing back to get it. Steer changes directions. Off the boards and up to an outlet of Willis. Willis gets it taken away. Welch dumps it down, hits Steer in the shins. Steer right back to Willis. Knocked back down in the corner. Racing around. Stop. That's Carson picking it up. Carson, outlet pass intercepted by Newton. Carson knocks it back up to Chenard. Chenard pinned up against the boards by Eunice. Raking for it. Eunice gets it to come free and goes down. Tries to center it, knocked away by Willis. Eunice centers, and Steer knocks that one back, and it goes back behind. Steer giving Eunice all kinds of grief there, and it goes up to the point. Iojack fires it back down for Eunice. Eunice lets it go to Merrick. Merrick behind the net. Centering pass to Newton. Loose. Eunice fires again, and Menard makes the save. Menard with two nice saves there. Letting only one goal in so far. Scores 1-0 with 9:22 left in the first period. Kais goes down on the face-offs, knocks it over into the boards for Chenard. Goes back to Jarvis. Jarvis off the boards and ahead, held in by the point. Point fires it back down. Jarvis in there battling for it. Back. Noble going for the puck. Trips up a player. Hoyt centers it and ends up in Menard's. There you go. Menard drops it finally. It ends up in Menard's jersey on a Hoyt shot from back behind. Puck comes back. Tap back. Oh, and a shot and a goal by Roberts. Caught Menard off guard. Menard didn't even make a move towards that puck. That'll put the Blue Devils up 2-0. That shot coming from the point area. Merrick sits it back to Iojack over to Merrick. Merrick moves it ahead, intercepted by Carson. Carson shoves it back down. That pass was intended for Newton. Now we got a cross ice pass. Nice outlet pass by Iojak. Stretch pass all the way down to Eunice, clear down near the blue line. Newton and Roan battling. Merrick centers it for Eunice. Eunice can't quite handle it. Steer sends it to an outlet pass of Corrigan. Corrigan taps at the center. Up to Roan. Roan lets it go by, and Iojak moves it out. Iojak, red line. Iojak moving in, blue line. Iojak looking, and intercepted by Corrigan. Iojak just levels Corrigan. Steer moves up, moves to his right, stops, changes directions, intercepted, going the other direction is Welch. Welch gets hassled by Jarvis. Jarvis pushes him to, and then swipes it away from Welch. Back up the boards for Corrigan. Corrigan at the blue line, moves to center, leaves it for Rogers. Rogers stops, dumps it ahead, and it goes, oh man. Corrigan just stepped off sides as the puck came in. Trying to get there to make the play on the pass. So that puck will come all the way back down to the defensive side of the neutral zone for the Lions. Rogers moves in against Welch. Chenard and Willis on the wings. Jarvis and Noble back deep. Puck comes over to Willis' side, and the puck goes back. Knocked ahead and up to Greninger. And I think that goes around to Hoyt goes in there and knocks it away from Noble, but Noble gets it up the boards to Chenard. Chenard centers the pass. Held in. Nope, not held in by Greninger. It just cleared the blue line, so we'll have a puck drop in the defensive side of the neutral zone, near side for the Lions. Rogers moves in. Willis right wing, Chenard left. Noble and Jarvis. Puck goes by Iojak. Nobody covered the far man on the wing. Oh, puck comes in on the goalie. Goalie goes down. That was a errant deal there by Iojak. Held in by, nope, raked away by Merrick. Merrick moving in on Noble. Noble pokes it away once. Merrick stays with it. Shot in, and that's Newton trying to make a goal. And Noble knocks Newton down, and the puck ends up in the far boards. Noble moves in and gets, checking from behind. Hard. That's Newton. Wow, Newton slams Noble into the boards from behind. We'll see if that ends up being a 10-2. Nope, just the checking. So, Lions on a power play. Steer moves up, red line, moves in. Steer moves up, stays with it, gets knocked down, and Corrigan takes over. Steer backtracks. A centering pass in front of Corrigan, raked away by the Blue Devils, kicked up ahead by Welch. Welch moving out, blue line, red line, back deep is Carson. Dumped down, line change for the Blue Devils as the Steer hits his outlet and it goes by Corrigan. Now a dump pass, this could be icing, and it is. That'll find the puck going clear back into the offensive zone for the Lions, down 2-0 on a power play. 6:01 left in the first period, 48 seconds left on the power play. Rogers will take that puck drop in the offensive zone, far side. Puck goes back to Noble. Noble lines up, fires into who is that? Eunice. Eunice got down and blocked that shot from Noble, and then got right back up on his feet, raced down to the far end, and fighting for the puck in the corner. Ringed around the boards up to the point. Point holds that in, and that's Casey. D. Casey. Not sure what the first names are on the boys. Two Caseys on the Blue Devils team. That's knocked down by Ross, and Merrick picks it up behind the net. Little battle for it behind the net. Moves around. Poked away by Rogers, and up to the midway point of the boards. Jarvis in control, sends it over, right back. Nice move by Noble to send it right back to Jarvis. That comes out of the zone, back to Iojack. Full strength and Iojack fires into Noble and goes into the far boards. Blue Devils are full strength. That's Chenard intercepting that pass, moving it out. Drags around Iojack, moves in, moves to his right. Hoyt takes him out from behind, and Iojack moves it out to Welch. Backpedaling the steer. Shot, up and over Menard. And Steer moves it out. Taps it over, soft ice over to Kais. Intercepted by Eunice. Eunice dumps it cross ice over to Grinninger. There we go, Grinninger. And I don't know why I have a hard time with that name. That goes by Steer, picked up by Merrick. Merrick, centering pass, and what? Oh, they're gonna call Corrigan on a push. Corrigan heads right to the box, so they kind of like he knew he had done it. So 4:14 left in the first period. Blue Devils up 2-zip, and the Lions down a man on a penalty kill. Corrigan in the box. Puck drops, that's Kais out there. Jarvis and Noble, Roan on the wing. Shot comes in, hits Noble and goes back to the boards. Eunice in there fighting for it with Jarvis. Puck comes free and moves to center. Raked around Noble, shot, and there it is. So, that'll kill the penalty for the Lions as the Blue Devils smack another one in on the right-hand side of Menard. Rogers telling Menard no big deal, same with Willis. And out they come, here we go. Steer and Carson come out to replace Noble and Jarvis. Puck drops to Rogers and then tripped down as face first is Willis. Chenard sends it over to Willis, and Willis gets it, knocked down again. Rogers, Rogers just over the top of the net. Puck comes free, and now Eunice with it. Eunice tries to get a cross-ice pass, intercepted by Willis. Now it's held in by Steer. Looked like that came out. Should have been maybe an offsides, but then Chenard picks it up. Chenard in the corner. Back to Steer. Steer on offense now. Over to, down goes Rogers, and out comes Iojack. Iojack racing back. Backpedaling Carson. Carson knocks it away. Steer poke checks that away into the corner. Steer chases it down in the corner, and Carson lost his stick momentarily, picks it up. Carson tapping it towards Steer. Steer goes back up the point, and Carson racing ahead. Puck goes behind the net, and this will be Rogers picking it up. Rogers gaining some speed. Rogers moves around Welch. Moves around Grinninger. Loses the puck over to Welch and back into the boards. Welch sends it back to Carson. Carson taps it ahead. Held. Carson again taps ahead. Now it's Willis. Willis moves it in. Willis taps it over to Roan. Roan fires low, and the goalie makes a save. Nice save by the goalie. And puck comes free, goes all the way back to Noble. Noble taps it ahead and catches Willis offsides. Intercepted by Roan. Roan picks it up at center ice, blue line, moves in on his backhand, fires it kind of at the goal, wide left by about 10 feet. Puck comes back up the near side. Welch goes around Noble. Noble loses his stick and down, picks it right back up. Welch rings around the boards for Grinninger. Grinninger, Jarvis, up to Corrigan. Corrigan loses it. Jarvis picks it up, moves it out. Back at center ice. Tapped ahead by Newton. Moving in is Merrick. Merrick fires, and wide left. Corrigan picks it up. Raked away by Newton. Knocked ahead by Noble. Noble fires it down. Is going to get an icing call as Noble fires that from the midway between the blue line and the red line on the defensive side of the neutral zone, forcing a puck drop down in the defensive zone for the Lions. In moves Rogers. Rogers will take the puck drop against Merrick. Looks like Chenard left wing, Willis right. Carson intercepts that pass, moving out, blue line. Carson's got some room, passes it ahead, intercepted by Merrick. Picked up and moved in by Chenard and catching Rogers offside. They're going to go back to center ice with this. Not exactly sure the reasoning on that, but oh, maybe he was coming down the middle, so maybe that's why they put it back to center ice. I don't know. Kais takes the puck drop against Merrick. Steer taps it up and intercepted by Eunice. Eunice moves in. Steer takes the puck away, loses a stick, ends up behind the net. Oh man, in front of the net, and just missed by Newton. Newton hits the backside of the net as the puck ends up going around the backside of the net. Steer on the far side, taken away by Shot, comes in, Menard in front. Steer levels the kid. Steer levels Newton, and no call. And that goes back to Iojak. Kind of a pause there, so Steer clearing the net, and probably should have had a penalty on that. No call, looked around, no whistle. And here's a centering pass. Hoyt just misses the net wide left on the centering pass from Welch. That puck comes back up, and there's, that goes to the point. Iojak backhands it, and Rowan intercepts the pass, gets it to come out of the zone, and falls down and loses his stick. Boy, the Lions are losing their sticks left and right. Blue Devils powering through some plays here, knocking sticks out of players' hands, and now we're coming up the near side. Chenard with the puck. Willis holds up, Chenard fires, and the goalie makes a glove save. Nice job by 39. Trying to remember that goalie's name. Drawing a blank right now. So anyway, Kais against Merrick. Merrick sends it down into the corner, and there's the end of the period with the Blue Devils up 3-0 after 1. Well, not the worst period in the world, but boy, we sure didn't get very many shots on goals. Be back here for the second.